Hola. Hola. Is my audio being picked up? Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. I don't know if my audio, if I'm receiving the audio, because I have, well, I have music playing. So I don't know how that's working. How is everybody on this wonderful, wonderful today's Tuesday? Tuesday. Terrific Tuesday. Or is it Wednesday? I have to look on my calendar. Shoulder Road. This is Route 9. Or is it 90? For anyone who wants to visit the Hudson Valley, it's very beautiful. There's a lot to see. There's a lot to do up here. You would need a rental car, or you can take Metro North up to, say, the Poughkeepsie station, which is the last stop on the Hudson line, and there's a lot to see and do. It's a lot of restaurants right in the general area, within walking distance. There's also Beacon, New York is very, very nice. There's a lot of different places to see, within walking distance from the metro. There's also Cold Spring, which is a lot of restaurants in that vicinity there, and you also have the waterfront meaning the Hudson River. So there's a lot to do, and I encourage people to, if you can, get out and stay local, stay within your own area, because well, traveling and doing anything is really going to be very sparse for many, and that is because of where we are. So if there's any mods that come on, if you see any people that you can see and tell by their vernacular that they're in need of some type of psychotropics, please block them. Yeah, there's so much here. There's so much here. I'm going to be going be driving over the Bear Mountain Bridge to get onto the Palisades Parkway. And, well, that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing, because I got to go to Jersey. I'm going to go to Jersey now, because I got my brother in this freaking place that's out there, and they need to put him over here, so I'm going to work on making that happen like ASAP, because yeah, that song and dance, that this was the only place, is a song and dance that is, for somebody whose head screws on, all right? But for the general public, for people like myself, whose head does not screw on, you got to come up with some facts, and the fact of the matter is, he needs to be transported to a location here in New York. All I see is hearts. I just saw a bunch of red. Yes, it's a beautiful view. Thank you. Yeah. Highland, there's a lot of places here. This is a country club. This is, if you're black or brown, you're going to have to only be, no, you're not allowed, no. Yeah, well, that's how, listen, how do you think all these places, how do you think, well, we all know how our country was built, but I'm not going to get into all that because we know. Garrison Institute, anyone who is suffering from any affliction of addiction, there's quite a few rehab places up here. I speak about that often because of what has gone on in my family with my son. So, yeah. I could say, I watch this channel. I watch him very often. Soft White Underbelly, Mark Liotta. You are, man, I so relate to you on everything that you do. As a matter of fact, I have a strong indication that you know someone that, a woman that my husband dated, like the fireman. Her name is, I'll send you a message. Anyway, I believe that you have, her name is Susan. She used to work for NBC. Her last name starts with a C. Susan, last name starts with a C. Anyway, I believe Mark he's got an affiliation with this woman. For some indication in my spirit says that he's got an connection because she was into all that from years and years ago, photography and all that. But anyway, yeah. So getting back to anyone who's in need of any mental health, like addiction, there's a lot of places up here, and everybody struggles, everybody suffers. And a lot of people, the way that people find comfort is through a substance, and we're only human. We're existing in this world that is such pretense and such nonsensical stuff, where everything is so outrageously expensive, where people cannot afford to live, where you have families, you have parents that are working 2 jobs, each family member. So then what happens while this is going on? The children have to fend for themselves, okay? So we don't come into this world, we're not born, we're not given a blueprint and a manual. Like I wrote in my little short book, Life Without Instructions. No one comes here with a directive to say, well, this is what is going to happen. Yeah, sure, our parents would like us to, this, that, and the other. But in reality, lots of times, that doesn't come to fruition. Now, does it? But getting back to people struggling, the society that has been created, and it's all because of greed, is what causes excess stress in people's lives, causes dysfunction. You have people that are struggling and managing. They're not there for their children because they're trying to provide a life for their children. But while they're trying to provide a life for their children, time is going by, and then kids don't have the supervision. So it becomes a whole breakdown in society. And for what? To drive a big car with a name, or to live in a big house? Really, this is our society. It is what it is, and it's a screwed up place. But for anybody who's suffering, I hope you find your footing. I hope you find your grounding. For myself, with all the stuff I've experienced, I should be like, I should be like, I should have every kind of affliction and addiction you can imagine, but I don't, because I'm a badass. Anyway, no, I'm a savage. I'm a savage. Certain people like me that have seen a lot of stuff, that don't succumb to it, it's because we know. Where others, you fall prey to circumstances. Now, I'm not going to say I'm no Mary Sunshine, and I never dabbled with a little bit here and there and everywhere as far as weekend warrior partying, and I'll leave it there. But for anything to ever get a grip on me, Oh, hell no. No, 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 no. And I've seen it happen to people. I've seen people lose everything. Everything in less than like 6 months to a year. Everything. Why? Why? They get caught up in the grip. They get caught up in the grip. And once you're caught up in the grip, it's really hard. Oh, look, everyone, this is the Bear Mountain Bridge. Beautiful, beautiful. If I'm telling hikers, photographers, it's really, really, really beautiful. And now this is the Hudson River, but the Hudson River is actually an estuary. Yep, it's an estuary. Really, really pretty. Yeah, so for anyone who's suffering, I hope you get your footing. And for the families that are dealing with loved ones suffering through affliction and addiction, my heart is with you. Here we go. I could do this blind. I could do this with blindfold on now, baby. Give me one time. Learn it once, don't forget it. Boom, boom, boom. Go, Central Jersey. Yeah, and if you're in, you have to, your loved one is involved with substances, I would say go to Al-Anon, get the support that you need, because there's so many people that just they're dealing with all this stuff. And the try to like what I try to do with my son to get him become his buddy. And the courts suck. They suck big fucking wood. And I'm not gonna apologize for my profanity. The courts are a white ass fucking situation, and all they are is about taking money and not doing the right thing. But you're all in my book. You'll be in the documentary. All you SOBs. All you SOBs and your freaking names. That's right. So when a family wants to get help for their loved one who has a substance problem, you useless sacks of shit need to obtain the information on the person who is in need of help. Okay? You don't go by the person is telling you is a person who's deluded. I'm gonna get out of your lane. I'm gonna switch lanes. Give me a minute. These guys are riding on my bumper. I'm in the left lane, so I need to just get out of the left lane. I will. Alright. There's a lot of grade on this road here. High grade. I just went over one. You got it, dog. You got it. I ain't dodging in between nobody's bumper. Oh, hell to the no. Knock yourself out with that bullshit. Not me. Obi-Wan Kenobi's gonna get to her destination. I talk about social justice and all that. And I also talk about pop culture. I don't subscribe to cable. I just listen to the content creators, and I get all the updates from listening to each and every one of them. And They do a fantastic, amazing coverage. They really, really do. But I was hearing the story. I heard this story about that lady, Bethany Frankel. Something happened where a young lady who happens to be the daughter of a former cast member from New Jersey, Dina Manzo's daughter, right? Dina Manzo's daughter sent that lady Bethany a pair of shoes, and the story unfolded that Bethany gave her usual snot-ass snark because Bethany, you know what? You couldn't compare to these or whatever you were doing. You got a hand up, girl. You got a hand up. And now some young lady is coming, send something, and you want to pop off on her? You ain't shit. You really ain't. And you forgot where your money came from, girl. Because you're lined up. You're lined up with Daypack. Because all your investors, everything, all that shit, all that money for the people, that wherever you got your money from to do your deal, come on, girl. Come on, girl. Girl, so full of shit. And hands down, Atlanta is the #1 series on Bravo. Has been. It hasn't been now because funding comes from. So every time this woman makes money and advertises, guess what? That money, where that money's coming from, is all part of what's going on as far as unaliving people. Girl, couldn't compare to 10 people. Yeah, the Bravo universe is you're on your way out, Bravo. That's why they've sold all the different shows to different streaming networks, right? As the world evolves and we all see what's going on, now that the world has woken up, people don't want no part of this nonsense. People don't want no part of it. And for those who want part of the nonsense, enjoy your nonsense. You know, there's a lot of content to discuss and talk about as far as content creators, but the overall, you know, how these shows are made, no. The way that they abuse the camera people for their benefit, so they can make billions and billions of dollars, so Andy Cohen can have more houses, and Bethany Frankel can have more houses. Get the fuck out of here. I remember Bethany mouthing off, speaking ill of Teresa. Now, Teresa, I don't agree with Teresa, but Teresa is a queen. She'll always be a queen. And Bethany, you couldn't compare to one hair of Teresa. One hair on your ass could not compare to Teresa. Pampered little. Ugh. Yeah, me and people like that are prima donnas, that they want to pop off and talk shit about people. No. I got a rattlesnake in my car. What's making that noise? Could it be a rattlesnake? No, I got equipment in here. I got tools in my car. My lady construction worker. Oh, I have a piece of tin. Purchased about 50 or 100 the aluminum blankets, and bring them to people that are unhoused in our wonderful government body, where we got this imbecile worrying about a grand ballroom. Right? Oh baby, you make me feel so good. I can get in, but I need a hydraulic lift to get my ass out of there. How you doing? Can I go ride in that car with you? Here we go. Man, why ain't you in the left lane? You should be opening up that shit. Pop that baby.